welcome to the first episode of the Dusman Reviews 2022. Well, this season we are kicking this off with Azerbaijan. But before we start, let's quickly introduce ourselves to our maybe new followers and also our YouTube audience, because we will upload these videos to YouTube as well. And therefore, let's quickly introduce ourselves. So why don't you start?
Okay, so I'll start. Hi everyone, I'm Rin. Yeah, I live in Germany. There you go.
That's it. Hi everyone, I'm Sarah. I'm from the Eurovision host city, Turin.
And I'm Khan, and I'm also based in Germany. Yeah, so let's start without losing any more time. We are talking about Azerbaijan, and the song is called Fade to Black, sung by Nadir Rustamli. Who wants to start? Let's start with Rin.
No, me. Why do I get to start? Okay, so this song, I mean, he has a gorgeous voice, and for me the song was really unexpected because when
he's gorgeous too.
He's gorgeous. I mean, that was that was also on my list. That was like point number 3, extremely handsome. The song for me was quite unexpected because I'd listened to some of his other music, and so I was expecting one thing, and then I got, you know, the song that he delivered was quite different. It really showcases the range of his voice, which is, you know, which is huge. It's a huge range. Yeah, Sarah said he's so handsome. That was my next point. The song isn't really my thing, but I can really appreciate the quality of his voice, and that high note that he hits at the end. That is just, I mean, you have to be a spectacular singer to be able to, one, hit that note, two, maintain that note. You could just, he's professional, and you can see that he's had training, and that, you know, his classical training has also, you know, given him the ability to be able to really nail that. He is in semi-final 2 and 4th spot, and he's sandwiched between Serbia and Georgia. Now, I don't think that that is going to help or hinder him. It's actually quite a good position, I think. And yeah, I think that there's no big complaints there with his position in the running order for semi-final 2. I will say though, semi-final 2 was kind of like the semi-final of death this year. So I think you'll probably qualify. I think
let's keep that later on.
Okay, all right.
We'll talk about that later on. So
well, that's about all I have to say about that song. Amazing voice, not my thing, but I have appreciation for it, and he's just so handsome.
Okay, so my opinion is similar to Rin's. Azerbaijan brought a good song. I mean, he has a good voice. The song is good, it's pleasant. I think that live it will be good to listen to. On the other hand, the issue that I have with the song is that for me is a little bit too slow. I mean, we have an epic instrumental part, but that comes only at the end of the song. I mean, we need to wait more than 2 minutes before we have that part that it's really, really good, because there are more instrumentals. I mean, it's kind of epic, let's say, but it comes too late in my opinion. That's the only issue that I have with the song, but the song is good, and he has an incredible voice. The song sounds like almost like a soundtrack of a famous movie. I mean, at least this is my first impression that I had when I listened to the song and I watched the video the first time.
And you also said that in the group, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that comparing, I mean, of course we are talking about this context. I think that comparing the song to the other ballads and comparing the song to the other song in the semi-final, I think that they will stand out. So, as you said, I'll say later about the qualification or not, but I think that they will struggle a little bit. But Of course, nothing is decided yet. I mean, we need to wait for the rehearsal, for the live
Exactly.
performance. So nothing
Staging
is this.
even.
Yeah, yeah. And also, as Rin said, I don't think that the position in the running order will affect somehow the result. I mean, positive or negative that it will be. I don't think that. I mean, it's a normal running order position, so yeah, I
Mhm.
don't think that it will affect it in any way or positive or negative. So yeah, that's all for me.
Yeah, it's it's great that we are agreeing fully in the
Oh,
first
wow.
ever
Wow.
episode of our TDP review series. I mean, I'm just gonna add some little things to what you said because I totally agree with you both in on this occasion. Well, I think what really, I mean, I don't know if you follow the Twitter community or like the social medias, but this kinda got a small amount of hate from fans, and I think the reason is that you know, expectations can be really dangerous because this was announced as revealed as the last entry, so
Yeah.
people already listened to 39 songs, and that one last song, especially concerning, you know, thinking about how the Azerbaijani delegation presented the song and, you know, teased it with lots of teasers. And today we are going to reveal 10 seconds of the song or like 10 seconds
Yeah.
of the music video. Um, like the expectations got really high. And what we got in the end was a good song, but below the expectations. Personally,
That's
I can't trash this song. It's a quality song. Although there are some structural, I don't know, things that could be that
idea.
could be done much better. It still is a good song, and as you said, the voice cannot be denied. He's probably one of the best vocalists, like, and also he proved that by winning the voice of Azerbaijan.
Yeah.
The good thing about this song is that the way, like the fact that we're not probably listening to this song on daily basis doesn't mean that this song will not get a positive response, because usually on our daily basis we are likely to consume more up-tempo songs, bangers, etc. Like, I don't know if you listen to ballads, but I actually don't. But these kind of songs have room for improvement when we see them live on stage, because with a good with a good staging, you know, if everything comes together perfectly, then you can actually be mesmerized from what you see on the stage. And that's why I think Azerbaijan has the potential to be one of the dark horses of the year if they stage well. And I mean, they have the budget for it, unless they hire someone that doesn't really have idea of how to do things. Because last year, for example, with such a traditional song, they hired a Danish stage creative director, and it was just like didn't really match up with the song. um, yeah, I mean, I still am hopeful about this, um, although it's not really instant at this point. It's not a standout, and especially given that Australia and Poland are in the semifinals,
Exactly.
too, that are two really competitive, strong male ballads, and more authentic than this one. And saying authentic, I'm just gonna close my speech with one last point. They are suffering from this inauthenticity syndrome since 2014, I think, like Start the Fire. The songs are good, actually. They're really quality songs, but most of the Azerbaijani participants don't speak English, if I'm not wrong, and the songs are always in English. And if they don't really understand the meaning of the song and they don't believe in the song, what it's giving as a message, then how can like 200,000, wait, 200 million people will believe in this song? You know what I'm saying? I mean, the song,
Yeah. No, I get you.
uh, has a good melody, has epic instrumentation, but the lyrics don't really give anything. Like he's talking about weather, I'm numb, we will fade to black, but it's not talking about something like important, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think he's like really connecting with the message. It's just a good song that was given to him or written by him, I don't know, but it was written for Eurovision, and that is obvious. It's lacking authenticity a little bit, but all in all, it's a good song, and I think it can shine on the stage. But at this point, it's quite mid-table-ish, upper mid-table-ish for me.
Yeah.
And that concludes my...
I mean, I have him at 25, so kind of lower mid-table for me.
I have like 15-ish.
Yeah.
But,
well,
okay.
Interestingly, he's 19th in the betting odds currently, so...
That tells something.
Yeah, yeah.
And let's also give our thoughts about the qualification of Azerbaijan, because they only failed to qualify once, being 11th in the semi-final on that occasion. So they have a good track record. So what do we think about their chances this year?
I think it's going to be really tough because, as you mentioned just before, we have 3 really strong male ballads in the semi-final. It's just a spectacular semi-final just all round. So I think it's going to come down to being really close, you know, at the end, especially sort of that bracket of sort of 9 to 12. I think there's not going to be a lot in it. So I think we're going to have some disappointed people like just missing out. Azerbaijan, yeah, it's hard. I think, do they have enough friends in Europe? Is he handsome enough? I mean, he could sneak in there, but I don't know. I can't imagine all 3 male ballads qualifying. That would be too many male ballads. And I think that if I personally had to choose one to get rid of, it would be Azerbaijan.
So like you're on the fence at the moment.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit on the fence.
So,
yeah, as I was saying before, I think that they will struggle a little bit. Then, I mean, we have a lot of good songs in the semi-final too. There are a lot more than 10 songs that deserve to qualify. So I don't think that they will be a sure qualifier, to be honest. And I wouldn't be surprised to see them not qualifying. I mean, I'm more for the non-qualification. Let's say that the qualification. They will struggle. We have other ballads and other good songs. I mean, if someone else missed, I mean, the staging messed up with the staging, maybe they can sneak in, but they are not sure qualifier for me.
Yeah.
My opinion, of course.
Okay, interesting. Two
and you.
on the fence.
What do you think?
I mean, I actually, to be honest, I haven't picked my 10 qualifiers yet. So, you know, I agree that we have 3 strong like male ballads, and it's quite unlikely that all of them go through. But I'm also not ruling that out, because last year in the first semi-final, a lot of female like pop girlies qualified all at the same time. So I mean, it's a good song. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if this qualifies, because it also deserves the final. And I'm actually, you know, if I am between Azerbaijan and Poland, I would actually pick Azerbaijan.
Okay, see, I'm the opposite. If I had to choose between Azerbaijan and Poland, I'd go Poland.
Yeah,
I think Poland is also going to qualify, and no doubt about Australia. And you know, the last note, like high note of Nadir, I mean, I'm not going to deny that, and juries will not also leave that in the shadow. They'll consider that. I mean, it depends on the high note, actually.
I remember last year when we saw Eden, and in rehearsals, she missed that note like over and over again, and we were all like really worried for her. But when it mattered, she absolutely nailed it. So I'm wondering whether or not it's going to be something like that, or whether he's just going to walk through and be amazing.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, I'm close to qualification, actually, rather than non-qualification. But at this point, I can also not be 100% sure. But let's say it's going to qualify. So we also have some points. I mean, if you followed us last year, after qualification, we also give our personal scores and also tell you the average score of our team. Our team consists of 6 people, and 6 people have, you know, have given us have given their scores. And this year we did a change, and our points were given before the first live stream. I mean, we are not doing this one by one, but all the scores were given at the same time, so that it can be a more fair voting. And let's hear from you, Rin.
Okay, so these points were given on a balance of my personal opinion and my objective opinion. So, you know, obviously the objective one is when I try and think like all Eurovision fans and not just me and my personal taste. So my points for Azerbaijan were 7.5 out of 10. Sarah's face. I tend to give people, my scores are always slightly on the high side, you know. I'm a mom, I'm nice. You know?
I gave a 5.5. As I said, as also Rin said, it's an average score between objective and subjective opinion. And so, yeah, I mean, it's a good song, but I have some doubts about it. So that's why I gave a 5.5.
Right.
And I gave a 7. So I'm more like...
I gave the highest.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. I am being nice this year.
Yeah. And that leaves us with the average score of 7.08. So, yeah, I mean, it's also upper mid-table probably in the end, because 7-ish scores are like ending up there. But let's see how this year's scoreboard will shape. Member scores. Andre gave this an 8.5, which is the highest.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Exactly. I gave a 7, Irene gave a 7.5, Sara 5.5, which is the lowest score. Dennis and Roma gave a 7. So, yeah.
So actually, we weren't too, I mean, there's 2 outliers and then sort of 4 in the middle. So, I mean, actually, for us, it's quite unified.
Yeah. I mean, that was what we think about Azerbaijan this year. We are now moving on to Finland. We're going to close this live stream and then open another one. So stay tuned, stay on the line, and we'll be back soon.
See you.
See you.